Okay, Louisiana Beer Reviews is looking at, I've already popped it open. I didn't like the way the other video came out. This is Port Republic Lager Beer. I bought this at Kroger on State Highway Route 2 in a town just east of Toledo. I mean like a mile east of the freeway, the connector freeway. And I think it was 99 cents for the light can and 99 cents for the regular can. But it might have been $1.19, but I'm pretty sure it was 99 cents. I mean, that's an okay deal, but I'll tell you something about this beer. It's a Winery Exchange brand. It's produced at the Rochester, New York brewery. Same people that produce Genesee and a whole lot of other stuff, Labatt, the whole Labatt line. I don't know when it was introduced. I know it's 4.5% alcohol. It's 10 international bitterness units. It's very similar to the regular Genesee, although I find it's inferior. Beer Advocate is saying it's okay, and they're only having 31 ratings there. Rate Beer is saying 7 out of 100, 58 out of 100 for the style, with only 36 ratings. We're talking about 67 reviews overall, the whole world, you know, across the world. And there's no video reviews for this, so this is the first video review for this particular beer in the world. Now, there's about 12 or 13 different lager beers that Winery Exchange produces, and they have all kind of different labels, but it's the same beer. It's 4.5%, 10 IBUs. So you get on the Winery Exchange website, and they list them all, so they're pretty upfront about it. And they tell you on the website, we make these beers for store brand, private label purposes. The Port Republic is made for Kroger stores. Excuse me. We get these brands here at the Whole Foods Market, and it's the same type stuff. They called it Copper Bell over here, and you get a thick white head and clear straw appearance, bubbly, especially in this etched glass. Get a sweet, grainy aroma and a sweet, grainy flavor, a light, watery mouthfeel, and a crisp, clean, you know, relatively clean and fairly refreshing finish. But I don't think it's that great of a value. I think it does have some slightly chalky undertaste. I think it's inferior to other cheap brands you can get, like Keystone Premium, Milwaukee's Best, for example. Busch is far inferior to Busch. If you went to a local gas station here, a racetrack, you can get 2 quart cans now, Miller High Life, for $2.50. Not $2.50 a piece, 2 for $2.50. That's $1.25 for a quart. This stuff here cannot hold a candle to Miller High Life, let me assure you of that. And Miller High Life's not exactly the greatest thing in the world, so I guess Winery Exchange and Kroger and all these stores are making a lot of money off of this stuff. Back in the 80s, late 70s and 80s, they used to sell private label beers. They called it no name brand. It was just like a white or yellow label and it would say beer on it. And it was a little bit cheaper than regular beer, but now they decided instead of just putting a blank label, they'll make little pretend names. It's marginally good. I'll give it a B-, just a, I mean, I don't hate it. It's marginally good, B-. You could, yeah, that's about all I can say about it. It's so fake, you know. Barrelman's Port Republic Lager Beer. Sail close to the wind, first rate. Well, it ain't first rate. A better description would be third rate or second rate. But, I mean, I don't care. If people want to drink this and save a nickel per ounce, what difference does it make? I'm glad I bought it. I get to put the can in my collection. I get to make a video and talk about it. And I can't recommend it, but I mean, if you're like me and you want to try everything just once at least, go ahead. It's not anything bad. Talking about artifacts, and I ran out of artifacts, but I have an old book, Shanghai Conspiracy, Major General Charles Willoughby. Extremely important and fascinating book. It's about what went on in Shanghai, China. Book is from 1952. It's a story of Richard Sorge. Oh, I'm sorry. This is not about Richard Sorge. That's another thing related to Shanghai. I'm sorry. That book is called The Web of Conspiracy, I think. The Shanghai Conspiracy is sort of one you should read before you read about Richard Sorge, which I'll get to later. This book is about how there was heavy communist influence in Shanghai, China, before, during, and after World War II, and how it was related to U.S. intelligence agencies, and the downfall and the fall of most of China to the communist rebels in 1949. I say most of. Yeah, and they're talking about Sorge in here too. Yeah. I say most of China because Taiwan Island and the Pescador Islands and Kinmen and Matsu Island are still held by the original Republic of China government. But, you know, most of China is under the control of the rebels, the communist rebels. But anyway, I could go into this, I mean, pretty detailed. It's fascinating. There's a lot of stuff that went on that people just don't know, but they should know. They should know. So, laissez-les bon temps roulé. This is marginally good, and I'm going to end this review by saying, y'all come on down to hot, sweltering, and humid southeastern Louisiana.